Welcome to part 2 of our Doordash rating climb. My goal here would be to try to get at least 10 acceptance points up over the next 2 days without completely tanking our dollars per hour and dollars per mile. That didn't take long. We got this order from Sushi Thai. Just a couple of sushi rolls that we have in here. It's going pretty far, so I know I'm gonna get at least $7 in base pay here. Everything dropped off from that Sushi Thai. We made sure to read the instructions where they were asking to make sure specifically chopsticks were included. And boom, he added an extra $2 to his tip. So if you assume normal base pay of $2 plus an original tip of about $4 here, you're talking, this would have normally been a $6 order if it had just shown up on Earn by Offer. But by the time we were done giving good customer service and using Earn by Time, being stuck in traffic for a little bit, all in all, that turned out to be a $14 order. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, the miles tend to get high quicker. At least if you're taking every order in the first place, you know you're gonna be compensated somewhat for those miles. Then we got another order on Doordash for True Food Kitchen. Again, it's a smaller order, but it's a high-end restaurant, so we're pretty good with that. It was a long wait, but we were being paid to wait, and absolutely nothing came up on any of the other apps that it would have taken anyways. So another perk, I did send a message to the customer letting them know there was a delay, but now I'll let them know I'm on the way. We went to drop off our last Doordash order. We found out that there was an awesome tip on it as well. So 2 great Doordash orders to start the night. We grabbed this order from Jimmy John's. It's $10, it's only for 1 sub. So I thought there might be a problem, and sure enough, a driver had taken it but not delivered it. But this Jimmy John's was awesome. They remade the sandwich for me, so I picked that up for the customer. It's going less than a mile, and while I was waiting there, I got this Grubhub $9 going less than a mile from Pizzata Pizzeria. So I'm gonna pick both of these up. It's about 2 miles total drive time for about $19. We got both of those orders dropped off. The Ubereats had base pay of $10.63 on it with a $2 tip. I have no idea how many drivers ended up canceling before I got it, but none of them who went there actually called Ubereats to get the $3 reimbursement pay. So the pay kept going up enough, and it worked out really nice. That's the second time tonight on a normal, boring Monday night that we've been able to do 1 step better of customer service than most every other driver around us, and we were able to get a financial reward because of it. People deserve better than to just have their order constantly being picked up and dropped and picked up and dropped with no one communicating with them. People deserve better than to leave specific instructions and to have drivers not even look at them or mention them or follow them. We can do better, and yes, we will get financial rewards, but we will also be blessing people as we do. We did get this crumble cookies order. The drop-off location is bad. I generally find that the crumble cookie orders around here are poor tips. I'm headed right to that rainbow over there, so maybe there's a pot of gold waiting for this crumble cookies delivery. We're delivering, keeping a bag over the cookies. Don't mind me, I'm getting blinded by the sun in my left eye while I'm watching rain out my right eye. This is our famous South Florida sun shower. It's actually our first one of the year, and I will take it over brutal heat when you have a car with no air conditioning. We dropped off that crumble order, we got $9. It was good enough that I was willing to leave Doordash on. I did get another Doordash. This is from Pasta Envy, which is a ghost kitchen inside of one of our local pizza places. This drop-off point is even further away from where I want to be and is getting very close to our no tipping or low tipping area in town. So I will be pausing orders after this delivery. We dropped off the last order that we had from Pasta Envy. It was to a hotel, but it was to a hotel worker. She did have a decent tip on there, so that was really nice. We paused everything to head back towards downtown. It took us about 10 minutes to get to downtown after sitting there for about 5 more minutes. We got this McDonald's order. We were kind of to late night orders, and I think I'm gonna be done here soon. We have not seen any good order on Instacart, Grubhub, or Ubereats for a half an hour, so all that's going is these Earn by Time orders, but this is a decent amount of food. So hopefully there will be a good tip on it. we'll kind of keep it rolling a little bit, but I'm not feeling like staying up super late. Kind of going to either get to 4 hours or $100, whatever comes first. All right, we dropped off that McDonald's order. It said that there was going to be a cash tip. Do you think there was? No. Never base your orders off of the hope that there will be a cash tip. Always make the best decision for you, and if you happen to get a cash tip, that's awesome, but never expect it, rely on it, depend on it. So we confirmed, and there was a $1 tip on the app. Most likely, those notes are from old orders. So I've got another Doordash order. This might be my last one of the night because it's a Little Caesars, and it looks like the nighttime, late night orders that don't really tip well are coming in. We did accept that Little Caesars. The great news is it's going right by where I live. So unless something else great comes in on one of the other apps, this will be my last delivery for the night. I think we're ending at a 26% acceptance rate. As you may be able to tell by the brake lights, I'm in a drive-through line. No, not at Little Caesars. DoorDash sent me an add-on to Sonic. It's going to the same customer, so that's the good news. And I am on Earn by Time, so I guess that's fine. It's just for a single milkshake while waiting for Sonic. Just found 8 cents on the ground going into the cash collection. We dropped those 2 orders off, and that actually turned out to be pretty good ending to the night. Ended up being about $14 with $6 in tips. Our total for the day was just around $95. Our miles for the day were under 70, so that's not too bad, all things considered. You are gonna be hard pressed to get $2 a mile when you're doing Earn by Time because it will have you drive longer distances. The benefit is, of course, you get to rack up the extra base pay on those longer trips. The negative is it does kill your dollars per mile a little bit, but I'm happy to be still well over $1 a mile, which if I took everything on Earn per offer, I don't know if I would get that. We did about 4.25 hours, is more than 4, less than 4:15, but I'll call it 4.25. Means we averaged about $22.50 for Monday here of our ratings climb, and we ended up with a 26% acceptance rate. I'm gonna do the same thing tomorrow night. We're gonna do Tuesday night, and we'll see how far we've made it. Would you take a moment and subscribe? We're trying to get to 500. One click would help us out tremendously, and if you wanna financially support this channel, we have a Patreon down in the link below. I wanna take on all sorts of crazy challenges that you would never take for yourself. I'm willing to be the guinea pig for you. The support that you give through Patreon will help me to do that, plus you also get some behind the scenes and insider access. It is Tuesday evening. We picked up this quick little Publix order, $15 for like 6 items, and it's taking us right downtown where we want to be for all of our supper orders. We dropped off that order from Publix, and the customer added a $5 bonus tip onto it, which is awesome. We sat around for a few minutes. We finally got this Doordash tropical smoothie. It is going to one of our lower tipping zones, so we are gonna pause orders after delivery, but also keep our eye open for any other orders we can take that same direction. The great conundrum is we have a cold frozen drink plus a hot sandwich that's all in the same bag together. Tropical Smoothie does this. I know McDonald's does that. Probably lots of other restaurants do too. What do? Do you bag this? Normally I would put the smoothie on ice and the sandwich, but I don't know what to do. I usually just do nothing. I usually just leave it out because I figure it's not gonna really help to bag this up. But let me know in the comments, what do you do when you have cold and hot together in the same package and you can't separate it? We were able to drop off that tropical smoothie. There was a small tip on it, and we got almost $10 for that order. I failed at doing one of my basic preparedness steps last night. I did not refill the car with gas, so I have to do it now in the middle of the supper shift. So this obviously cuts into dollars per hour that I'm making, so this is why it's really important to always think ahead to the next day. There's things that you need to do. Second day in a row, we set up at Costco to try to get a decent order, and for the second day in a row, DoorDash interrupted with a crumble cookies order. This one is super close. This is probably about the worst case scenario when you're on Earn by Time. The batch pay is gonna be really low, and if there's a no tip on this offer, this could end up being essentially the same as the worst of the worst, but at least it is gonna be a quick pickup and quick drop off. That crumble dropped off. It was just a $6 order, which we kind of knew and expected. I do not like crumble cookies. Their tippers always seem to be just subpar compared to more of the meal stuff. We got this Rosedale brick oven pizza. Again, it's just for a single item here. So this is the downside of just delivering on a weekday. But let me tell you this, absolutely nothing has come through on Uber Eats for the last hour. I have not seen anything on Grubhub all night, and all of the Instacarts after our first one have been super low ball, no tipping orders. So you have to count the trade-off of, it's not like I'm missing out on good orders otherwise. Basically, I'm taking orders when I probably should just be home on a Tuesday night. I found this abandoned Uber Eats Chipotle bag for Alexander sitting outside. So Alexander, if you're out there and you didn't get your order, this is where it ended up. That Rosedale offer had a $5 tip on it, which made our total payout $12. Not too bad. We had to drive all the way back downtown to get anything on any app. We did pick up this Papa John's. It's for 3 orders of wings. The worker here is one of my just good people. He said that there's an $8 tip on it. So we're gonna find out if that's actually how it comes through from Doordash, because he put it in. So let's find out if Doordash is stealing any tips. There was an $8 tip on there. So at least in this case, Doordash didn't steal a tip. I am going to do some grocery shopping, and after I'm done with that, I'm gonna turn Uber and Grubhub and Instacart on, just in case there is something. So we ended up for about $60 for just over 3 hours tonight. Again, not ideal, but this is also a weeknight. We don't have as high expectations. And honestly, Uber Eats and Grubhub didn't show up at all tonight, and we only had the one good Instacart to start the night. As soon as I recorded that video, Instacart sent me this $20 for 7 items going only 3 miles, so of course I took it. The last delivery of the night went to a new dad and mom at a birthing center. It was their 2nd kid, and so that was just really exciting. I was kind of awkward because when he said that they just had a new baby, I reached out my hand to shake hands, which obviously you don't normally do in these apps, but it was just instinctive on my part as a congratulations. So sorry, sir, for the awkward handshake. My fault. Anyway, I don't really know how to calculate our exact hours today because we did some personal shopping and gas fill up and everything. But we ended up with right around $80 with pending tips and less than 4 hours of actual delivery time. So our miles are kind of messed up too, but I'll give you my best guess. We ended at 29% over 2 supper rushes. So we are slowly creeping our way up to the necessary 70% for platinum status.